Hi, I'm Leann Forst with leannforst.com, and I am glad to have you join me for my DIY holiday fun using essential oils. So if we haven't met yet, I am a board certified holistic health practitioner, and I'm also a certified essential oils coach. I speak regularly at different organizations, schools, hospitals, and other businesses, and I'm also an author of 2 books. So just as expectations, I do plan on covering 5 popular DIY topics, including scrubs, lotions, lip balms, soaps and bath gifts, and then party items. And there'll be multiple recipes for each item that I share. Okay, so let's get started. The first one, this is a yummy one. Our first scrub, which is the favorite of many, is the candy cane sugar scrub. This is the perfect gift to really create a fun and festive Christmas. And the recipe is pretty simple, and most people have all the ingredients at their disposal, especially once you get your doTERRA peppermint oil, which is really multifaceted. So here's the recipe. First, you use 3 cups white sugar, and then half a cup of fractionated coconut oil, which is just liquefied coconut oil that you can get on Amazon, and then 12 drops of peppermint essential oil, and then any kind of skin-safe food coloring to make it pretty. So one tip is to place, in place of the white sugar, you could use sea salt. And in place of the fractionated coconut oil, you could use almond oil or grapeseed oil or olive oil. So the directions would be to combine the sugar and the fractionated oil in a bowl, and then divide the mixture equally into 2 bowls. And then in one bowl, add red skin-safe food coloring and layer red and white scrub to create a candy cane effect. So once you get your bottle of peppermint essential oil, you begin to recognize that the benefits extend farther and wider than just this scrub. Okay, so here are some of the top reasons why people love this oil. First, it promotes healthy respiration function and clear breathing, and it also promotes digestive health. It repels bugs naturally, and it also tastes great in many different recipes, including smoothies. So just try the candy cane sugar scrub, and it'll be a wonderful gift for many. Okay, and then the next one is the coconut salt scrub. So this has a tropical feel to it. So if you're looking to prepare a gift for someone in a cold environment, this might be the perfect present. Introducing our coconut salt scrub, which is perfect to help with exfoliating dry skin so that it's smooth and it begins to shine once again. So this recipe calls for 15 drops of your favorite essential oil. So just pick one that you love. And then the complete recipe is you use 1 cup of organic virgin coconut oil, and then 1 cup of pink Himalayan or Epsom salt, and then 1/4 cup of fractionated coconut oil, and then the 15 drops of your favorite essential oil. And then the directions would be just melt the coconut oil in the microwave or over a double boiler. And then once it's melted, remove it from the heat and then add the fractionated coconut oil and the pink Himalayan salt to the melted coconut oil. Stir until it's all combined, and then you add your essential oils. And then basically you just let it sit until the coconut oil solidifies, and then you stir it every 10 minutes. So stirring it until well combined, and then when you're done, you store it in an airtight container. And then to use it, you just rub it on your skin and then rinse with warm water. It's that easy. So one tip is to put it in the refrigerator to speed up the cooling process. Okay. So then we come to our next recipe, which is the ginger lime scrub. Okay. This scrub is the perfect blend of tangy citrus and sweet, and people love it during the fall and winter when their skin begins to start to feel dry. So I recommend using it 1 to 2 times each week on your hands, your feet, and your legs. And if you have somebody special in your life, ask them to administer it, because it will make them experience or make them even feel more special. So here is the complete recipe. First, you have 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and then 1/4 cup turbinado sugar, and then 1/2 cup fractionated coconut oil, and then 10 drops of lime essential oil and 5 drops of ginger oil. So just as a note, the turbinado oil, or the turbinado sugar, is a large grained sugar that helps with the deep exfoliation. So if you don't have that, you can use all brown sugar. Okay. So the directions would be to combine the brown sugar and the turbinado sugar, the fractionated coconut oil, and the essential oils in a bowl, and then you just stir it until it's well combined, and then you store it in an airtight container. And when you use it, you just apply a small amount in the hands and scrub for 30 seconds or until the sugar dissolves. And then you rinse with warm water and you pat dry. So one tip is for extra soft skin, apply the doTERRA hand and body lotion afterwards. Okay. So the next scrub we have is a festive fall scrub. This will be our final scrub before we transition into lotions. And this one is really fantastic when it comes to exfoliating and caring for your skin. The festive fall blend is gentle on your skin. It has a spicy aroma that'll leave you really wanting more. The recipe produces a white sugar scrub, but your creativity can glam it up with some natural skin-safe food coloring too. Okay, so the options are kind of endless. So the complete recipe is that you use 3/4 cups of white sugar, 1/2 cup of fractionated coconut oil, 4 drops of cassia essential oil, 4 drops of clove essential oil, and then 2 to 4 drops of ginger essential oil. And then one tip is you can use brown sugar or sea salt in place of the white sugar and almond oil, grapeseed oil, or olive oil in place of the fractionated coconut oil. Okay. So the directions would be just to combine the sugar and the fractionated coconut oil in a bowl, and then you add your essential oils. And then you stir until the mixture is a consistency of a slush, kind of a slushy. And then you may need to add more sugar or fractionated coconut oil for your desired consistency. So for separate colors, divide scrub into different bowls and then add the color and then carefully pour each layer. Okay. So next we're going to be on to lotions. This lotion is really special for anybody suffering with rough, scaly, dry, sandpaper-like feet. And this whipped peppermint lotion can be used anywhere on your body, and it is recommended to apply a generous amount to your feet with socks before going to sleep. Okay, so the complete recipe is 1 teaspoon of beeswax, and you can get this on Amazon or many of your health stores, 2 tablespoons of coconut butter, 4 tablespoons of shea butter, 1 tablespoon of virgin coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of fractionated coconut oil, and then 5 drops of peppermint essential oil and 5 drops of melaleuca essential oil. And then in a small glass container, you combine all the ingredients except the essential oils. And then you place them in a saucepan with 1 to 1.5 inches of boiling water. And then you stir the ingredients until they're combined, which is about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So once it's all melted, remove it from the heat and let it rest for 3 minutes. And then you add your essential oils and you stir. And then let the mixture come to a solid. So, and then to quicken the process, you could place it in the refrigerator as well. So once it's solid, use an electric mixer to whip the lotion. Gradually come to a high speed and whip it for 3 to 4 minutes until it's light and fluffy. And then you place it in a container and then you use it on your heels or on your feet to help soften and soothe them. Okay. So the next one is moisturizing lotion bars. Okay, so I love gifting lotion bars, especially when they're DIY, because I know they're safe and they're made with love. And these natural moisturizing lotion bars will nourish and soothe dry skin. So you simply rub the bar on your feet, on your skin, and then let your body's natural heat melt the lotion. So after one use, you won't know how you lived without it, really. So here's the complete recipe. First, you use 2/3 cup beeswax, then 1/2 cup of coconut oil, and then 1/2 cup of coconut butter, 1 teaspoon of vitamin E oil, and then 15 drops of your favorite doTERRA essential oil. I recommend Citrus Bliss, Peppermint, and Lavender. Okay. So pick any one of those three. Those three are really good, but 15 drops of whatever oil you choose. And then measure all the ingredients except for the essential oils in a large glass jar, and then place the jar in a saucepan with 1 to 1.5 inches of boiling water. Stir the ingredients until they're combined, and then once melted, remove it from the heat and let rest for 3 minutes. And then you add the essential oils and you stir. Okay. And then you pour into a silicone mold, which you can get on Amazon. And then a tip for an exfoliating lotion bar would be to add oatmeal to the bottom of the mold. Okay. Let the mixture harden for 2 to 3 hours, wrap it in a plastic wrap and store in a container until ready for use. And then just rub the lotion bar on skin for extreme moisture. All right, so warm body butter. This will be my last lotion recipe before we transition to lip balms. So if you're a fan of apple pie, then this is the perfect DIY product for you, and you should definitely gift it. Many people suffer from cold hands and feet, and this lotion is in a league of its own when it comes to support. So the recipe is 1/4 cup of shea butter, 1/4 cup of coconut butter, 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 1/4 cup of sweet almond oil, and then 8 drops of sandalwood, 8 drops of cassia, 5 drops of cypress, and 5 drops of juniper berry. And so what you're going to do is you're going to melt the shea butter, coconut oil, and the almond oil in a double boiler, and then let the mixture set, I should say. And then you can even place it in the fridge to speed up the process of setting. And then let it sit at room temperature to soften the mixture if needed. And then you add the essential oils and whip it up with a hand blender or a KitchenAid stand mixer. And that's your warm body butter. Okay, so then essential oil lip balms. Okay, here's your first one. So you could say goodbye to commercial lip balms and go natural if your lip, because your lips deserve it. And then these easy DIY lip balms are not only moisturizing, but they're healthy for your lips and also pretty easy on your wallet. This lip balm makes a great gift and can easily be customized. So you could change the color or the scent by using a variety of mineral makeup or essential oils. Okay, so the complete recipe is 1 ounce beeswax, 1 ounce of coconut oil, 1/2 ounce of shea butter, 1/2 ounce of coconut butter, and then 20 drops of peppermint essential oil, 10 drops of lavender essential oil, and then you need lavender, and then you need some lip balm containers. These containers, which are shown here, you can get those on Amazon again. You could pretty much get anything on Amazon, right? So this recipe makes 3 ounces of lip balm, so make sure you have enough containers. And it'll be about 20 lip balm containers. So you can always reduce the batch size by cutting the recipe in half. So basically you line up the empty containers, and if you're using a lip balm stick, then just make sure it's been twisted down. But measure the butters and the oils and place it in a glass jar. And then fill a large saucepan with 1 to 1.5 inches of water and bring it to the boil. And then once it's boiling, add the glass jar to the center of the saucepan. And then stir every few minutes until the ingredients are melted and combined. And then once the wax is melted, remove it from the heat and let sit for 3 minutes. And then add the essential oils. Okay. So then pour the mixture into the lip balm containers and let it cool. If you'd like to make a tinted lip balm, just move to the next 2 steps, which is adding a pinch of colored mineral makeup until you get your desired color, and then stir until combined. And then you pour the tinted lip balm into the containers and let it cool. If you want a harder lip balm, add an additional 1/2 ounce of beeswax. And for even a softer lip balm, you'll add an additional 1/2 ounce of coconut oil. Okay, so that's the beginning of essential oil lip balm. So here's essential oil lip gloss. Okay, so commercial lip glosses are downright dangerous, as we know, and most people don't realize that the artificial colors and fragrances are actually very toxic. Lucky for us that making our own is super easy and cost effective. And you can customize these by color and by scent. So the recipe would be 1 gram of white beeswax and then 3 grams of shea butter. And you can convert this on Google, just Google conversion if you aren't familiar with what a gram is. And then 2 grams of jojoba oil or grapeseed or fractionated coconut oil or almond oil. And then 10 grams of castor oil. And then 1 gram of vitamin E and 7 drops of your favorite essential oils. So the pigments such as organic beetroot powder or mineral makeup, you can use those, okay? And then this is enough to fill 2 standard lip gloss tubes. And you can find empty lip gloss tubes or containers online or at a local beauty store. So what you're going to do is you're going to place all the ingredients except for the essential oils in a glass jar. Place the glass jar again in 1 to 1.5 inches of boiling water. And then once it's melted, remove and let cool for 2 minutes, and then add your essential oils. So a side note would be to start with a little and add more until you get a desired scent. So for color, add pigment and then stir until combined. So using a dropper, transfer it into the lip gloss containers. And if it starts to get too thick, place the glass jar back in the warm water to melt it. And then you're done. And so you can enjoy your moisturizing and natural lip gloss. And then here is Orange Creamsicle Lip Balm. This is one that a lot of people love when we give it to them for a gift, an orange creamsicle lip balm. This DIY product will bring back the memories that you have had from camp when your counselor brought up creamsicles that were already melted to the hot summer sun. So this creamsicle is healthy, natural, and it's going to leave your lips feeling soft and rejuvenated. And this is the last lip balm recipe before we dig into some DIY soaps. So first you use 1/2 ounce of beeswax. It's approximately 1.5 tablespoons. Okay. And then 1/2 ounce of coconut oil, 1/4 ounce of shea butter, which is 1/2 tablespoon, 1/4 ounce of coconut butter, which again is 1/2 tablespoon, and then 30 drops of wild orange essential oil, and then 2 tablespoons of pure vanilla extract. Okay. So what you're going to do is measure everything except the wild orange essential oil and the vanilla extract into a glass measuring cup or a bowl. And then you fill a large skillet or a saucepan with 1 to 1.5 inches of water, and then you bring it to a boil. And once it's boiling, you place the glass measuring cup in the center of the saucepan to melt and combine the ingredients. And then you stir every few minutes until the ingredients are melted, which is about 10 to 15 minutes. And then another option is to heat the ingredients in the microwaves during the 20-second intervals. So you can, let's see, the next step would be once all the wax is melted, remove it from the heat and let it sit for 3 minutes. And then you add your vanilla extract and your wild orange essential oil. You pour the mixture into lip balm containers, and it's really okay if you spill because the wax comes off the plastic and countertops pretty easily. Okay. So you should totally consider this DIY product and make sure to prepare a few extras for yourself because you're going to totally want it. So the next one is going to be your Rosemary Spearmint Soap. Okay. This is probably the most elegant and divine DIY product that I'll share. So please think of someone special to share this with this holiday season. Here's the complete recipe. Olive oil, melt and pour soap base. Okay. Silicone mold. These are what you need. 15 drops of spearmint essential oil, 15 drops of rosemary essential oil, and then you have the option of including dried herbs. Okay. So I highly recommend only using dried herbs, not fresh herbs, okay, because they'll turn brown after a few days. So the directions would be to cut off the amount of soap base you want to use and place it into a microwave safe bowl. Okay, and again, most of these things can be found on Amazon. And then melt the soap into a liquid form in increments of 30 seconds. And then add a handful of dried herbs to the soap mold. And then add spearmint and rosemary essential oils, and then mix it together and pour into the molds. And then let it sit for an hour, and then remove the soap from the mold. The soap should last for a few months. Okay, so this On Guard hand cleansing spray is an easy and convenient way to clean your hands. So keep a bottle in your purse, car, or office anytime you need it. On Guard is by doTERRA. And here's the complete recipe. First, you have a 4-ounce spray bottle, which is glass, and then you have a tablespoon of aloe vera gel, and then 20 drops of doTERRA's On Guard Protective Blend, and then some water. So the directions are that in a spray bottle, you combine aloe vera and the On Guard, okay? And then you fill the rest of the bottle with water, and then you shake it until combined. And then to use it, you just spray on your hands and rub together. How easy is that? So this is a great product just to travel with or throw in your purse. Okay, so the next is your hand cleansing gel. So I always tell people to have hand cleansing gel on them at all times. This recipe happens to be the perfect DIY product because it will not only cleanse your hands, but also moisturize them too. And it's really easy to make, so try your best to get it done this week because it is definitely a must-have. Here's the complete recipe. First, you use 5 tablespoons of aloe vera gel, and then 4 tablespoons of water, and then 1/4 teaspoon of vitamin E oil, and then 8 to 10 drops of doTERRA On Guard Protective Blend. And then you need a small squeeze container, and you always want to store the products with the doTERRA oils in glass jars, or in glass containers. So the directions would be to combine the aloe vera gel and the vitamin E in a bowl, and then you add your 8 to 10 drops of the doTERRA On Guard Protective Blend to the aloe vera mixture, and then you add the water and you mix it well to combine, and then add more or less water depending on the consistency you want, and then you pour it into the container, the glass container. So place your homemade hand cleanser in your bag, your car, your office, so that you can have an effective alcohol-free hand cleanser at any time you need it. All right, Epsom salt bath. So this is the easiest DIY recipe I'll probably share, and it is a must-have for everybody. So having proper rest and relaxation we know is important for our overall health and quality of life. And I'm a huge advocate of Epsom salt baths because then you add your favorite doTERRA essential oils and it elevates the entire experience. So the recipe would be 1 cup of Epsom salt, 10 drops of your favorite doTERRA essential oil, and then basically you stir it together. And then you draw a warm bath and you add 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup of Epsom salt to your bath. How easy is that? Oh, this is one of my favorites. This is a fun DIY product and it's perfect for all ages. And my daughter loves to make this. So the problem is that most commercial bubble baths are full of artificial chemicals and fragrances that are often irritating to the skin. So the beauty of this recipe is that it's gentle on your skin, fully customizable, and it's healthy. So here's the complete recipe. First, you have 1 cup of unscented Castile soap, 1/2 cup of vegetable glycerin, 2 tablespoons of water, 15 drops of your favorite essential oil, and then you use lavender or serenity for relaxing benefits, or you can also use citrus bliss or peppermint to help wake you up. So really using your favorite, but those would be my favorites. And then you can purchase the Castile soap and the vegetable glycerin at your local health store. So the directions would be that you combine the Castile soap, the glycerin, and water into a glass bowl, and then you add your essential oils and you stir well until combined, and then you pour it all into a glass container. And then to use it, you add 1/4 to 1/2 cup of bubble bath to mixture to a warm running bath. And just a note, these bubbles are not going to provide the big fluffy bubbles that last a long time since it doesn't contain the synthetic ingredients that make them. Okay, that's where we get the big fluffy bubbles, is the synthetic toxic ingredients. However, the chemical-free bath will provide enough bubbles for a relaxing and therapeutic bath that you'll still really love. Okay. So holiday room spray. This is one that I teach in a lot of my essential oil make and take classes. Now this is a DIY, that you could give as a hostess gift, if you're invited to a Christmas party. So I really love the holiday room sprays because they immediately set the mood. So this particular room spray smells incredible. And at first there's a top note of grapefruit mingled with just a hint of frankincense. And then the Douglas Fir lends an apple-like or apple-iness. And after being in the air for a little while, the grapefruit fades to a faint sparkle to reveal a heartier base note of apple, pine, spicy earth resin, all from frankincense. So you can't help but to be in a good mood when you've got this in the air. So the recipe would be 15 drops of frankincense, 15 drops of grapefruit oil, 30 drops of Douglas Fir oil. And you are going to add these to a glass spray bottle first, and then you fill it up with water. You top it off with water, and then you shake the bottle and spray. So that's all you have to do. And then the next one, really is called the Citrus Air Freshener. So I don't know about you, but I love it when I'm able to set the mood of my hours by engaging positive scents. And there's nothing more mood balancing than citrus essential oils. And there's many products available in the market that will help with home fragrance, but they're still filled with chemicals. So that could be damaging to your health. So an easy way to save money and reduce the amount of chemicals in your home is to make your own air freshener out of essential oils. Made with only 2 ingredients, this natural air freshener will be sure to give you the perfect scent while keeping your home really clean and fresh. So all you have to do is get an 8-ounce glass spray bottle, 1/2 cup of distilled water, and 20 drops of essential oil. And what you're going to do is just combine the water and essential oil in the glass spray bottle. And you can use more or less essential oil depending on how strong you want the aroma. And then you shake it before each use. And you can use it on furniture, carpet, in your car, bathroom, or anywhere that you want to freshen up. Okay. So next would be cinnamon toothpicks. So easy and so creative. Everybody enjoys a flavored toothpick, and they're great for freshening your breath too, and cleaning your teeth and fighting off sweet tooth cravings. I bet you didn't know that. So the recipe would be you need toothpicks, a glass jar with a lid, fractionated coconut oil, and 10 drops, 10 to 20 drops of cinnamon bark oil, and then a tin to hold the toothpicks. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a glass jar and you're going to fill the bottom with fractionated coconut oil, about 1/4 of an inch. And then for a mild cinnamon flavor, add 10 drops of cinnamon bark oil to the jar and add more drops for a stronger flavor. And then you place the toothpicks in the jar. Let the toothpicks sit in the oil mixture for about 8 hours. or until the oil is absorbed. And then after the toothpicks have absorbed the oil, lay the toothpicks on the plate and let them dry for 24 hours. And then you place the toothpicks in a small tin or glass jar to use when needed. Some other great flavors to try would be peppermint or doTERRA's Slim and Sassy or On Guard or Wild Orange. Okay. Oh, okay. Here's salt dough ornaments. So this is such a special holiday gift that's easy, thoughtful, and something that everyone will enjoy. So you can stamp an image on it, paint it, or leave it plain. And either way, your friends and family will love it and adore this homemade gift. So what you're going to do is you're going to use 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of salt, 1.5 cups of warm water, and then you're going to need a drinking straw or toothpick, cookie cutters, string, and then your favorite doTERRA essential oils, and then optional would be the stamps or paint. Okay, so preheat the oven to 325 degrees. You're going to pour the flour, salt, and warm water into a large bowl. You're going to use your hands and knead all the ingredients until they're well incorporated and a dough is smooth. And then if the mixture is too dry, add a tablespoon of water at a time until the dough becomes, comes together more. And then you're going to roll out the dough on a floured surface until it's 1/4 inch thick. And then you're going to use cookie cutters to cut out desired shapes and place them on a cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. And then using a drinking straw or a toothpick, make a hole in the top of the ornament so that you can thread string through it so you can hang it on your tree. And then place it in the oven until it's hard for approximately 1 hour. So once it's hard, remove it from the oven and cool. And then decorate it with paint, string, glitter, or for aromatherapy, you add your essential oils by placing 1 drop on each ornament and allowing it to soak in. So add some decoration to your ornaments by stamping them. You just place stamp on ink and carefully place it on the ornament to transfer a design before they dry. So baking the ornament will turn the dough slightly brown, but may puff up some of the ornaments. So if you prefer, you can also air dry the ornaments for 2 to 3 days to help the ornaments remain flat and white. All right. So here's your shopping list. So you're probably taking notes throughout the whole thing, or hopefully you were taking pictures with your iPhone or something, but here's a shopping list that might help you. So first, you're going to want to get fractionated coconut oil, frankincense, if you want to make all of these. Okay, if you want to be prepared to make any DIY gift listed, fractionated coconut oil, frankincense, peppermint, Douglas Fir, grapefruit, melaleuca, lavender, ginger, and lime. Okay. And then you're going to want these basic household items. You're going to want white sugar. You're going to want skin-safe food coloring, distilled water, flour, salt, straws, cookie cutters, string, beeswax, coconut butter, shea butter, coconut oil, pink Himalayan sea salt, and then brown and turbinado sugar. So not too bad. It's a pretty short list, and then you'd be ready to make pretty much any DIY product or DIY gift in this webinar. Okay, so that's it. So I just want to thank everyone for participating in my DIY holiday fun, and thank you for listening. And please reach out to me if you have any questions or if you want to get started with doTERRA essential oils. Thank you.